Alrighty, how's it going, everybody? 01 of 1 here. I would have had a video out yesterday, except that about 45 minutes into the recording, Space Engineers decided to crash. So what I did work on in that episode was getting the entire side of this thing and then most of the bottom on here, at least for one side. So you didn't really miss too much. Yeah, there's not really much else that I was doing, I don't think. Is it gonna crash again? No? Okay. So yeah, the crash happened after it froze, like the game does, I guess. Or at least in this save it does. So now if there's going to be any kind of a freeze, I'm going to get worried that I'm going to lose the recording again because, yeah, if you lose the recording, at least with the recording software that I'm using, in the way that I'm recording, it actually corrupts the file, which means that it can't be recovered, which, you know, kind of sucks. So what I was working on was trying to get this section here, this kind of corner-ish section working. Yeah, it wasn't going well. I mean, I got all the side stuff done, like, pretty easy. Like, that was pretty straightforward. But as far as, like, all of this stuff goes, not so easy. Okay, so the thing is that I have to extend this down. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, so yeah, but the thing is, like, how do I do this in a way that actually makes this work is kind of the question right now. So, like, this can go down straight like this, but it needs to go inwards as well. So it's like I have to extend this out, but then if I do that, then I'm not going to have this, and this is going to end up being like a lot thicker than it needs to be, and it's just I don't know. I mean, I could just go and like not do like this little indented section, but I kind of want to keep it because it looks cool. But I don't know, we'll just see. I don't think it'll work though for what I'm trying to do here. Fairly certain that it won't. I don't know. I mean, I could just make it like boring, like going down the side here if I really wanted to. That wouldn't be difficult at all. But I don't like boring. But I might not have a choice, so... Why are we in a weird color? Okay. Let's make sure that we're in the right one now. Okay, good. Alright, so we're going to need this thing in here. And this is the only way that we can make this line up with that, unfortunately. So then that's got to go not like this. There we go, like that. And then that has to go over there as well. And then we go back into this block. Of course, I need steel plate though. All right, let's see, plate. That'll do for now, I think. All right, so. And then I have to kind of repeat the same thing that I just did. But yeah, I think this is the only way that I can make this work. I don't think I can get it to be all fancy and stuff. And then also, this is probably not the right block to go in there. I mean, that one probably was, but... okay. So I feel like at this point, we need to go with this block. Because then that gives us kind of like our corner and it lets us continue kind of what we're doing here. But at the same time, you get like issues like this, which does not work. So, and that's because this is a 2x1 angle here, then a half block full over here on this side, and then a 2x1 on that side. So you can't, we don't have a piece for that basically. So, the question is, how do we get this to work properly? And the answer is I have no idea. I think it's got to be like parts that are in here. Yeah, so something like this, right? But then again, how do you get this to go over to that level? And I don't think you can. See, because now that line right there on the bottom does not line up with the edge here, which means that that is not the block that we need there. So I think we need to put this block back in there, because then if we look across here, that does line up with the edge over there. But then that means that this block needs to come out because that is no longer the correct block. Okay. But I kind of wanted to keep that block there because reasons. And apparently I'm low on energy. Okay. I don't know how I'm going to get that corner to work properly. In fact, I might not be able to make it work properly, which would really kind of suck. Oh, wait, no, I need to go down here. Because I like this look, right? But I'm thinking we have to go with something else. And I think I might know what we have to do. Maybe. Okay, so underneath this block here, we've got a 45, right? So what if we went with a 45 in here and kind of ran this going through like that, right? Let me see, I need to go... Too many buttons to push, man. Okay. So then if I go with this in this way, then does that sort of start to line up? And the answer is I have no clue. So, I mean, we're going to have to go here, I think. No, it's not gonna work there. Okay. Well, let's think about this for a second. Do I have a block that can fit in here? Yes, I do. That would be this little tiny block right there. And then I do have a block that can fit in here as well. which is going to be this block. But if I do this, it doesn't line up over there. So I don't think that is the correct orientation here either. I have no idea how to make this work. No, I don't think this is gonna work. I mean, like down here, because this is a tip and this is a tip, like I can make that work. In fact, I'll do that and I'll build from the bottom up, and maybe that will kind of help. Okay, so I think this has got to be this piece. Yeah, okay. And then we need this piece in here. And then we need this piece here and here. That piece there and there. And then this needs to be this piece and this piece. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of this because I'm not sure if that is even the right way that this has to go, and I might as well get rid of all of this as well because I don't know. Okay, now I can continue to build this up, and I think that'll match to this level, and then I just have to figure out how to get this to communicate. Okay, so now we're left with a 45 here, but a 2x1 here, which doesn't really work. I don't think I have any pieces that could fit in there either. But I mean, this is sort of kind of working so far. Maybe. I have no idea. And we might as well fill in all of this because it's all gonna have to get filled in. All right, so now I need to drop down here using these blocks. See, but then this block doesn't really fit. I mean, I could do something like this, but then that just looks kind of crappy. But it does give us our 45 going through here. And then we can continue that here. Okay, so now we need to figure out how to make this communicate. And by communicate, I mean like work together in a way that, you know, works, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking about. You can just ignore me. Okay, so then we would need that block to go in there. And then we would need some other block to go here. I don't think it's this one. Yeah, no, it's not that one. Okay, so do I have a block? I don't think I have a block that fits this. I mean, I can fit here, right? I can make that sort of work. But then I've got a 2x1 here, a 45 here, a 2x1 here. And I've got no block that can fit that. I mean, the closest I can get to is this one, but then that's going to leave that little lip right there, which, let's be honest, is not going to look great. And then plus it's going to mess up kind of the angle here as well. And again, this looks terrible as well, so I don't know. I mean, I could... I mean, I could try to match this, maybe. I don't think that's something that I can do, though. You know, I've got no piece that can fit in there. And this is about as good as I can get on this corner. Unless I bump this out to another 45, which is just going to throw everything kind of into chaos, but I suppose that I could do that. Yeah, I think that's the best thing that I can do right now, but then that's going to mess up all of this up here, which is not good. We'll just build this from scratch, I guess. Get something that works a little bit better. Oh, and that piece has to come out too. Okay, so we'll put a block in there and we'll extend this all the way up to the top. And then we'll need to put in solid blocks here. At least to there. And then I'm going to need that block in there, that block in there. And that is the closest that I can get to this looking the way it's supposed to look. And then I have to figure out what to do up here, which is going to be the same problem. I'm going to end up with a shape that I cannot make. This is not cool, man. It's not cool at all. So even over here, we're left with that same shape that I can't make, which sucks. So we have a 2x1, we have a 45, we have a 2x1, and we have a straight. And we don't have a block for that. I mean, the best that we've got that could potentially fit in there is this one, but as you can see, there's an issue. So and that's what I had in there before. I don't know. I mean, I could just put in this block in here and just say it's good enough. But then, I mean, you can kind of see how we would need the 2x1s to go down here, but then once again, if I do that, I'm not going to be able to make a match down here. So I think that's going to be about the best that I can do for now. And I'm going to have to copy this and do it over there on the other side, which is not going to be fun, but like if I had everything just line up, like have like solid blocks over here and then start going down over here and over here at that same level, we wouldn't have a problem. But that's not the way the ship is designed, so I don't know, I think this is going to be the best that we can get. I mean, from here, like this looks okay. This looks okay, except for that line right there. But that is off right there, and then that is off right there. And it's just, I don't know, man. I got nothing. I got nothing. But if I put in another block here, that'll at least get rid of that gray line. So that's gone. And that doesn't technically need to be a full block. I could have put in a 45 and it would have done the same thing, but I don't know. It is what it is, I suppose. Now, if it's really bothering me, I could redesign the back end here and see if I could make it work. But I don't know if I can. I mean, I could try at the very least. So that would mean that all of this would have to come out again. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I want it to look right? And I'm okay with this if I can duplicate that over here. But then I'm gonna have to change pretty much the entire back of this thing. And given that this needs this full block here, like available, I don't know how effective that's gonna be. But, I mean, I suppose we can try it. Okay, so that'll get rid of all of these, and then I need to get rid of all of these. And then we'll run this down here. And then this has got to go here. I mean, so long as I can make it work, I'm good with it. Okay, and not these two. Okay. So then in place of those, oh, that's not going to work though. Oh, this is not good. I mean, I could close my eyes and pretend maybe. Okay, so then matches sort of kind of there. Okay. And then that needs to come out, as well as these blocks. And then probably these ones as well. And then, let's be honest, these ones are going to have to come out. So that kind of sucks. But, you know, it is what it is, I suppose. And then these ones are also going to have to come out. Okay. So we can place these blocks here. And that would be my new sort of running line, I guess. Okay. And then from here, I would need to go outwards to a... Yeah, I don't like that at all. Because it means that I'm going to be losing a little bit of protection here on this piece, which is not great. Okay, but maybe we can make it work somehow. So we'll do that, and then we need, oh, we would be putting in a half block there instead. And then this would run down the side. And then we would need a block here and a block here. But then this block has got to be... I mean, I don't have a block for this. Wait. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Or do I? I might not. Hang on. No, not quite there. I don't think we have the block that I need in here either. Which kind of sucks a little bit. I mean, this would work for now. But I don't like it. And then this would have to change back here because we're changing how this whole thing kind of goes in. I don't like this. So we don't have a block that goes from a full block to a quarter of a block. I mean, that piece right there is the closest that I can get to that. I mean, apart from, you know, going this at a 45 and going down. I don't know if that's going to look better or worse, though. I don't know. So my other option would be to use this block in here. But then we get this corner kind of jutting out here. So I wonder if there is a way that we can maybe cut out these ones. And then we would have to go, I don't even know. I mean, I'm thinking like this block, maybe. but how do I get this to go in here the correct way? Unless I went with this block, but then again, we are left with that same issue. But maybe it doesn't look as bad. I mean, it doesn't look as bad doing it that way. I mean, I still don't like it, but it's not terrible. And then maybe I could potentially replace these blocks. Okay, so then this would have to be this block, because that's the only way that that goes down, like that. But then I don't have a piece that fits in here, so we end up with that same issue. I mean, that's as close as I could get to this, which doesn't really work. I mean, maybe that looks better though, visually. I mean, we're just gonna need to throw in some blocks up in here, which, you know, I can do, no problem. Yeah, I think overall that looks better. So that's probably what I'll go with, and especially since it actually, you know, matches, which is, you know, kind of important. Okay, so then from here, we need to go kind of in at a 45 that way, which means that all of this has to change as well. Maybe not all of it, but a lot of it. Okay. Which means that this whole thing has to come out. This has to come out. This has to come out. And that has to come out. And let's be honest, that probably also has to come out. But I think that's going to get destroyed because it's a floating block now. And then this has to change in here, which is super fun. And then we have to go kind of in at a 45, which we have the blocks for, so we can make that work. And then I need blocks in here to get rid of those gray lines, which, you know, fine, doable. And then I could technically bump this out if I really wanted to, because I mean right now I'm gonna have to replace these blocks too. So let me, okay, hang on. Let me see if I can get this to work first. So if I go like this and I bump it out from that level, okay, so then that would have to go there, followed by that, and then go back down to this block, that block, my auto steel plates, okay. Okay, and then this block would be the only one that would need to change. And then that would go into this block, which then kind of sort of works. Okay, so that gets us kind of down to that level. And then from here, we can bump this out to be these blocks here, which means I'm gonna have to replace all of those, which is fine, I can do that. Okay, and that goes there, and then we go with this here, here, and there. So it looks a bit more complicated, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. And then if I wanted to, I could bump this out again. Let me see what that would look like. And then that would be in these blocks. We have a drone coming in. And I am low on energy. Okay, so we went from here and then we stepped it out half a block and then we stepped it out half a block again. And then from here we can keep that kind of the way that it needs to be, which I think works. And then we're gonna need these blocks in here to get rid of the lines. Yeah, I think this works overall. I don't absolutely hate it, so that's always good. Doing these kind of corners sucks, like a lot. Like to the point to where I don't even want to deal with this. Okay. But now we need to fill in this block. And then this is going to be, well, it's going to be stepped as well. But this step we can do a hell of a lot easier than we could the other one. So, all right, now we have to go back into 6 and get, no, this block. Is this the right one? I think this is the right one. Yeah, there, okay. And then that should get us kind of to where we need to be. Yeah. Yeah, I think from here we're pretty decent. And then as far as this block goes, that's in here. And I need to go recharge. That's another game freeze. Hopefully it doesn't kill the game. Okay. We are making progress. Slow but steady, which is the best kind, I think. Okay. So I think here, I want to do something maybe a little crazy. Maybe a lot crazy. I don't know. So if I do a hinge, and then we want this to go towards the positive, or no, we want this to go inwards, so we'll go towards the negative. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, so it's gonna have to go here. Okay. And then I can get rid of this little inner piece here. And then if I go, I mean, honestly, this is gonna be terrible no matter which way I do it. But then I need to cover up this space with something. So maybe I indent them. That might work. Okay. So we're going to put these in one block. So here and there. And then from here, we can kind of sort of cover this up a little bit. So what I want to do here is put in hanger doors, but I want to put them in here at the 2x1 angle. So then I'm going to need a hinge part. And then this needs to attach and then become a dead hinge. Okay. So now those will all close. And then this will be the driving hinge. So I'm going to need to move this downwards. Maybe about right there. And then I can cover this up with 45s. And it would be nice if I could put in some half blocks on top of here. And actually I can. So we're gonna move this all the way in. Okay, so then that's in there as far as that can go, which then allows me to put in, did I hit the wrong button? I think I hit the wrong button. These. Okay. And then we move this forward, and then I don't know what we want our lower limit to be. Oh, hello? Negative 60? Somewhere, no, definitely not that. Negative 40, maybe, or 30. I don't actually know what that angle is. That doesn't seem to be it either. I mean, does that look kind of straight, kind of parallel? Maybe there is more parallel. I don't know, it's hard to tell. But yeah, so that kind of covers that up a little bit. I mean, it's not going to seal, but I'm not trying to make this seal at all. But we can. It's not going to let me do that, huh? Okay. And then if we make the upper limit 0, and then we change our velocity to 1. Okay, so now we should be able to place in our blocks here. But if I wanted to do this correctly, though, or at least as correctly as I can, what is this block? Do I need that block there? I don't know. I would use this block. And this block. Not that block. This block. Come on. All right. And then I would have to do the same thing over here, but it says that I need alloy plates, huh? Okay. If you don't mind. Cargo. Which one can I put this into? There we go. Okay. And then if I reverse this, is that kind of where it needs to go? I don't know. And then honestly, I don't even know if that's really a good idea to have that there. At least not in this orientation. Like, it might actually be better to actually have the whole thing go straight up and down, but then be indented. So, while the idea is interesting, I don't think it's feasible. And then plus, if I installed it like normally, I would actually be able to seal inside, which, you know, could be useful potentially, maybe. And the sound just glitched out, so that's never a good sign. But given that I don't want the game to crash again, and the fact that I am getting bugs, I think I'm going to end it here. So we are going to be about 12 minutes, 11 and a half minutes less than an hour. But, I mean, if we combine that with the 45 minutes that I lost, putting all of this in, then, you know, hour and a half of me recording for 48 minutes of an actual recording. So I suppose it's kind of normal-ish. But I think that's going to be all that I've got for now. If you enjoyed, hopefully you'll join me for the next one. But until then, have a good one.